When talking about the mid-90s youth hockey boom in California, you will largely hear it credited to the arrival of Wayne Gretzky in LA, and rightfully so. But if you look to a second figure responsible for young Californians starting to play hockey, you have to look at the very first ever Anaheim Mighty Duck, Paul Kariya. Although initially Paul was the only high-caliber player on the Ducks' bare-bones expansion roster, it didn't take long for that to change in a big way. In Paul's second season, the Ducks managed to acquire former Rookie of the Year and gifted goal scorer Teemu Selanne from the Winnipeg the Winnipeg Jets. Paul Kariya and the Finnish Flash went on to become one of the most compatible duos in NHL history for 6 seasons. Paul, a lightning-fast puck distributor with excellent vision, and Selanne, an equally speedy goal-scoring superstar. While Kariya was a gifted offensive player, his finesse play style in the NHL left him vulnerable against some of the league's more physical defensemen, and he started to get banged up early on. Kariya's durability was just about the only thing he didn't have going for him. In 2003, the Ducks went on a Cinderella run to the Stanley Cup Finals led by Kariya, who no longer had Selanne by his side. Halfway through Game 6, Paul came through the middle and one of the most notorious open ice hitters of all time, Scott Stevens, treated himself to another highlight. 3 years prior to the hit, Scott Stevens hammered another franchise player, Eric Lindros, in the Eastern Conference Finals, which sadly spelled the beginning of the end of Lindros' career. As if to silence the naysayers who doubted Kariya's toughness, he came back into the game and 11 minutes later flew down the wing, ripping one past Martin Brodeur to secure the Ducks' lead and push the Stanley Cup Final to a Game 7.
I gotta be honest, I have goosebumps.
The Ducks lost a hard-fought Game 7, and that was the last time Paul was a Duck. Several contract disputes over Kariya's tenure with Anaheim finally severed the relationship, and Kariya elected to take a massive pay cut to join former line mate Teemu Selanne in signing with the Colorado Avalanche. Kariya played a handful more seasons of good hockey with Colorado, Nashville, and St. Louis, but he was advised to retire by a brain injury specialist at age 34. Since the split between Kariya and the Ducks was a rocky one, the organization expressed its disinterest retiring Kariya's number 9 as the number was worn after Kariya's departure. Finally, in 2018, Kariya and the organization made things right, and his number was hung from the rafters at Honda Center, a year after his induction into the Hockey Hall of Fame.